The galactic chamber was silent when the old war chief entered. His armor was cracked, his skin was pale, and his long scars glowed faint blue. He was known across the stars as General Korvac the Unbroken, a warrior who never feared anything. He had fought monsters, planets, and entire empires. But today, for the first time in centuries, his steps were slow, almost careful. All eyes followed him. The council expected him to give a report about a failed invasion. But no one expected the words he spoke. General Korvac stood in the center of the hall, looked at the leaders, and said in a heavy voice, "Do not attack the humans." Whispers exploded everywhere. Some aliens laughed. Some gasped. Some stared in disbelief. A young council member shouted, "Humans? Those weak new creatures from the blue planet? Why should we not attack them?" Korvac didn't answer. He simply pulled open part of his armor and showed a deep, ugly scar across his chest. A scar that glowed like fresh fire. "This," he said, "is what I received when I tried." The room went silent again. No one laughed now. Korvac breathed slowly and began the story. A story he had not told anyone until this moment. It started 5 cycles ago. Korvac and his fleet entered human space with full confidence. Humans were young, small in number, and had simple technology. They were not members of the council. They did not have allies. They did not even know the deeper laws of the galaxy. To Korvac, they were easy prey, a perfect species to conquer. He sent scouts to their small outpost on the moon of Titan. They expected heavy resistance or advanced traps. Instead, they found nothing. The human base was empty. No soldiers. No weapons. Only silent halls and blinking lights. Some aliens laughed over the comms. "Look, they ran away before we even arrived." But Korvac felt something strange. The base was not destroyed. It was clean, organized, deliberate. Humans did not flee in panic. They evacuated in a plan. Korvac hated that. Then the strange things began. Inside the human base, alien soldiers started acting strangely. Their scanners malfunctioned. Their helmets showed wrong temperature readings. Their comms picked up human music, laughter, and random voices, even though no humans were there. One soldier suddenly dropped his weapon and screamed, "They are here! They are watching us!" But scanners showed nothing. Another soldier began shaking and pulled off his helmet. "I hear them whispering. What are they? What are they?" Korvac ordered a full retreat from the outpost. He thought something in the human technology was causing illusions. But he was wrong. Next, the main attack began. Korvac's fleet moved directly toward Earth. The ships were huge, armed with plasma cannons strong enough to break a moon. No species had ever survived a direct Korvac invasion. But humans did not react with fear. Instead of running, they sent weird signals toward the alien ships. Random numbers, music, old radio recordings, people talking, crying, laughing, arguing, joking. Alien computers could not understand it. The AIs tried to analyze the signals but quickly overloaded. Some shut down. Some locked their own weapons. Some even turned around, confused about their direction. One AI screamed through the speakers, "Cannot predict, cannot predict, cannot." Then it exploded. Korvac watched in shock as his perfectly organized fleet turned into chaos. Not because of human weapons, but because of human behavior. "Humans do not follow logic," Korvac said to the council. "They do not fight like us. They do not think like us." Then came the moment Korvac feared the most. His flagship received a message from Earth. A human woman appeared on the screen. She did not wear armor. She did not shout. She did not threaten. She simply said, "We don't want war." Korvac frowned. The woman continued, "But if you attack us again, we will not stop. We will not run. We will not bow. We will find a way. We always do." Then the message ended. No super weapon. No big speech. Just a calm warning. And yet, Korvac felt fear. Real fear. Because humans were not bluffing. The council listened in shock. Korvac lowered his head as he finished. "You think they are weak because they are small. You think they are harmless because they are young. But humans have something no other species has. He touched the glowing scar on his chest. Unpredictability, emotion, chaos. They fight with everything inside them. And they will do anything to survive. He pointed at the council members. If you attack them, you will not defeat them. You will awaken them. A cold silence fell across the galactic chamber. The laughter died. The arrogance faded. Even the bravest species felt a chill run through their bodies. Because Korvac, the strongest warrior in the galaxy, was afraid of humans. The council speaker whispered, "What happened next, General?" Korvac's eyes darkened. "That," he said, "is part 2 of the story." The council chamber grew colder as General Korvac continued his story. His deep voice echoed through the hall. No one moved. No one interrupted. Even the proudest alien leaders listened quietly. Korvac's eyes were distant, as if he was reliving every moment. "After we left the human outpost," he said, "my fleet prepared for a full invasion. We believed humans would panic. We believed they would surrender quickly. But we were wrong, very wrong. The first strange movement. Korvac's fleet moved closer to Earth. The ships flew in perfect formation, shining like sharp blades in the dark. Alien soldiers were confident. Their weapons were charged. Their shields were strong. But as they approached, they noticed something unusual. Human satellites began to move. Not all at once. Not in formation. Not even smartly. They drifted in random directions. Left, right, up, down. Like chaotic metal insects confused by light. An alien officer laughed. "Are they trying to defend themselves with toys?" Another replied, "Humans have no war satellites. They are just machines. They cannot stop us." But Korvac felt uneasy. The satellites were moving with no pattern, no order, no logic. And that was the first warning. Sudden signal attacks. When Korvac's fleet reached high orbit, humans sent another wave of strange signals. It wasn't a message. It wasn't a threat. It was nonsense. A mix of radio shows, emergency alarms, baby laughter, old songs, people arguing, animal sounds, and something that sounded like a vacuum cleaner. Alien AIs struggled to understand. One AI said, "Detecting language, unknown, repeating, crying, singing, error." Another said, "Cannot filter human noise, emotional waves detected, calculation disrupted." Then a third AI began laughing. A machine, laughing. The screen flashed red. Its circuits overheated. And it shut down completely. Korvac stared at the dead AI in disbelief. "What is this?" he roared. A technician shook in fear. "General, humans. They are sending emotional signals. Their brain activity is inside the noise. Our systems are not designed to handle this level of randomness." Korvac slammed his fist on the console. Humans were not attacking them. Humans were simply being human. And it was enough to break alien technology. Unexpected human tactics. Suddenly, small human ships launched from Earth. But they didn't fly in straight lines. They spun, dipped, rolled, and changed direction constantly. One alien officer shouted, "They must be untrained. No professional pilot flies like that." Another replied, "No. They are doing it on purpose. They are unpredictable." Korvac watched the human ships. They looked clumsy, chaotic, even foolish. But they dodged every plasma shot perfectly. Alien aiming systems could not predict their movements. Every AI that tried crashed. Every calculation failed. Korvac clenched his jaw. Humans fight with instinct, not strategy. That is dangerous. The broken formation. Korvac ordered his fleet to spread out and surround Earth. But before they could form the circle, humans launched a second attack, not with ships but with data. Thousands of random signals hit alien communication lines. Signal storms. Noise blasts. Emotional spikes. Aliens heard strange whispers in their helmets. "I'm hungry. Where is my phone? Don't touch my fries. This song is stuck in my head. I love you. I hate you. Why is my cat staring at me?" Simple human voices. But alien minds were not built for this madness. Soldiers panicked. Pilots screamed. One officer smashed his own helmet. Another curled on the floor crying for no reason. It was chaos. Pure human chaos. Korvac realized something terrifying. Humans did not build a trap for aliens. Aliens walked into the natural chaos of humanity. Humans didn't need perfect strategies. They didn't need superior weapons. They didn't need stronger ships. They only needed to do what they always do. Be unpredictable, emotional, chaotic, and impossible to calculate. The first human strike. While the alien fleet was confused, humans launched their real attack. Not super weapons. Not giant lasers. Just small fighter jets and simple missiles. But used in unpredictable ways. Missile 1 went up. Missile 2 went sideways. Missile 3 spun like it was drunk. Missile 4 turned back halfway like it forgot something. Korvac's officers screamed, "Our tracking systems cannot lock on. They are breaking every rule of combat. How do you fight enemies who don't follow logic?" For alien ships exploded. Not because humans had strong weapons, but because alien systems could not understand their movements. Korvac felt anger for the first time in years. "We underestimated them," he growled. "Humans do not fight with perfection. They fight with madness." The realization. Korvac turned to the council members, his voice cracking. "That day, my fleet was the strongest in 3 galaxies. Yet humans broke us without firing many shots." A young alien whispered, trembling, "So, humans set a trap for you?" Korvac shook his head. "No, humans don't set traps. Humans are the trap." Silence spread across the chamber. Humans, small, simple, emotional humans, had defeated a mighty fleet by accident. Korvac took a deep breath. And that was only the beginning. He raised his eyes, filled with old fear. Part 3 is when humans finally fought back on purpose. The galaxy waited. Every species, every empire, every military fleet watched the silent blue planet called Earth. No one knew what the humans were planning. No one understood why the mysterious alien visitor had warned the galaxy. Do not attack the humans. But the galaxy had ignored the warning. And now everyone felt the weight of that mistake. A sudden change. For 2 days, the solar system was calm. No human ships moved. No human signals were detected. Earth looked peaceful, almost asleep. The alien fleets around Earth grew confused. Some commanders even laughed and said humans were scared. Some believed humans were weak. Some thought humans were trying to hide. But Admiral Zuro, commander of the Zarkan destroyer fleet, felt something strange in his chest. It was not fear. It was something worse. It was instinct. Something deep inside him whispered, "You made a mistake. A very big mistake." Strange activity on Earth. On the 3rd day, things changed. It started small. A bright flash on Earth's surface. Then another. Then 10 more. At first, other species thought they were explosions. But the flashes were too controlled, too stable, too perfect. Soon, the Galactic Observation Network zoomed in on the activity. What they saw confused every species. Humans were building something. Huge metallic rings. Tall glowing towers. Long black structures stretching across continents. It looked like some kind of planet-wide project. But no one understood what it was. A scientist from the Avorian Empire shouted in shock. "This is impossible. They are building at a speed no species can match. No machine in the galaxy could build so fast. No workers could work non-stop. No computers could calculate so quickly. But humans were doing all of that and more." The council grows nervous. Back in the Galactic Council chamber, the leaders gathered again. This time there was no laughter, no jokes, no arrogance. Everyone looked afraid. Counselor Terran of the Vulrai Empire slammed his claws on the table. "Humans are preparing for war." Another counselor cried, "We must strike now before they finish whatever they are building." But the elders of the council disagreed. Elder Ralnu spoke in a calm, cold voice. "We are not sure this is a weapon." Counselor Terran hissed. "What else could it be? Look at the size." Everyone knew one thing: whatever humans were building, it was huge. The lone alien who warned them. Far away, on a quiet moon, the alien who had warned the galaxy watched the news. His name was Calveron, last survivor of the ancient Vaer species. He had seen something the others had not. He had traveled to the edge of time and returned with a warning the galaxy had ignored. When he saw Earth's rapid construction, he closed his eyes and whispered, "They have awakened." His voice trembled. The galaxy is too late. Human silence breaks. On the fourth day, every alien ship received the same message. A simple transmission. A human voice. Calm. Controlled. Not angry, yet powerful. "This is Commander Elias Ward of the United Earth Defense Network." His voice echoed through every speaker, every translator, every communication system. "You have attacked our world. You have destroyed our stations. You have killed our people." Every alien officer stood frozen. Elias continued, "We gave no threat. We showed no hostility. We offered peace." The alien commanders shifted uncomfortably. The truth hit them like ice. Humans had not started this war. The galaxy had. Then Elias said something that turned every commander pale. "You believed we were weak. You believed we would surrender." A long silence followed. Then, "You were wrong." Shockwave across the galaxy. As soon as the message ended, another signal blasted through space. Not words, not a warning, but a pulse. A powerful energy signal erupted from Earth. Every alien scanner, every sensor, every ship felt it. And every fleet around Earth was pushed back. Literally pushed back. As if the whole planet had become a shield. Admiral Zuro's ship shook violently. His officers shouted, "What is happening? Our engines are failing. The energy wave is controlled." Zuro whispered, "This is no weapon. This is technology we have never seen." The reveal. Then the clouds around Earth parted. The alien fleet stared. Their jaws dropped. Their hearts froze. Because floating above Earth, glowing like a newborn star, was a gigantic structure. A ring. A metallic halo. Bigger than any orbital station in the galaxy. It pulsed with blue-white light. And at its center, space itself bent. A wormhole. A man-made wormhole. Humans had built a planet-sized gateway in less than 4 days. Admiral Zuro's voice cracked as he whispered, No species builds something like this. Unless they have been hiding their true power." He looked at the glowing wormhole. What are the humans planning to bring through that gate? The final message. Another human transmission appeared. Commander Elias Ward again. Only this time his voice carried fire. "You were warned not to attack us." Every alien waited. "You ignored the warning." He paused. "Now you will understand why." The galaxy had seen many strange things across the ages. Supernovas, ancient ruins, dying stars, and living planets. But nothing was as terrifying and confusing as what the humans had just created. Planet-sized wormhole. A glowing gateway above Earth. A structure that no species believed humans were capable of building. Every alien fleet surrounding the planet stared at the giant ring. Their scanners rang with errors. Their computers showed warnings. Their officers felt something tight in their chest. Something they hated to admit. Fear. Humans speak again. Commander Elias Ward's calm voice echoed through every alien ship. "You attacked us. You killed our people. You tried to take our world." He paused, letting the silence burn. "You believed we were weak." Alien commanders looked at each other, regret growing inside them. "You will now see the truth." The signal ended. Lights on the giant ring flared, and the wormhole opened, a light that shook every ship. The sky above Earth exploded in white-blue light. It wasn't an explosion of fire, it was an explosion of power. The wormhole twisted space like a sheet of fabric. Every ship near Earth trembled violently. Officers screamed, "Stabilize the engines. Shields failing. Massive gravitational wave incoming." Admiral Zuro held onto a railing as the deck shook. "What are they bringing through?" he whispered. A weapon? A fleet? Something worse? No one answered. No one could. Because no one knew. The first shape appears. Inside the glowing wormhole, a dark silhouette slowly emerged. At first it looked like a shadow. Then it grew. And grew. And grew. The whole alien fleet froze. It was a ship. A human ship. But no human ship had ever been this size before. The alien navy had catalogued every human model, every class, every military design. Humans had small cruisers, medium carriers, and experimental warships. Nothing like this. The ship that came through the gate was bigger than a dreadnought. Bigger than a city. Bigger than anything the galaxy had ever seen humans build. The hull was black and silver, glowing with lines of blue energy. The design was sharp, angular, and ancient-looking, as if it came from a forgotten human past. A quiet whisper passed through every alien bridge. Impossible! But it was very real. The ship stopped just above Earth, blocking half of the sky. A single name glowed on its side. Titan 01. The galaxy panics. In the Galactic Council chamber, chaos erupted. Leaders shouted, "How did humans build a ship of that size? This is not human engineering. Have they discovered ancient technology? Is this wormhole connected to another human fleet?" No one had answers. No one had calm. No one had control. For the first time in centuries, the Council felt powerless. The Titan speaks. A new signal struck all alien ships. A deep voice, not Commander Elias Ward, but someone else. Someone powerful. "This is Captain Mira Solis of the Titan-class vessel." Her voice was strong, confident, and unshaken. "You have attacked Earth. You have threatened our people. You have crossed a line." Every alien officer swallowed. Captain Mira continued, "These ships were never meant to return. They were built for deep exploration, not for war." The aliens shared confused looks. Never meant to return? Exploration? What kind of humans explored the universe with ships bigger than cities? "And now," Mira said, "you have forced our hand." A fleet hidden for centuries. Another shape moved in the wormhole. A second giant ship emerged. Then a third. Then 10 more. The alien fleets fell silent as an entire armada came through the gate. All Titan-class vessels, all massive, all pulsing with ancient blue energy. Admiral Zuro's mind raced. "How long have humans had these ships?" he whispered. The answer hit him hard. Them, and that alien warning. They were hiding something. Humans were never weak. He understood at last. Humans had been exploring deep space for centuries, maybe thousands of years. Their strongest ships were never near Earth. They were lost in distant galaxies, fighting unknown dangers. Until now. Now they were home. The human message to the galaxy. The Titan fleet formed a perfect circle around Earth. Every ship aimed its glowing weapons at the alien invaders. Captain Mira Solis's voice rang out. "Leave this system immediately. No threats. No shouting. Just a direct order. Retreat," she said, "and never return to our skies again." A cold silence filled every alien bridge. Then she added, "If you do not leave," the Titan weapons charged. "If you fire even a single shot." The wormhole behind the fleet grew stronger, humming with untold power. "If you refuse to accept peace." Her final words froze blood. "We will end your war." Admiral Zuro's decision. Everything inside Admiral Zuro twisted in fear. He saw two futures. One where he obeyed and lived. One where he resisted and died. Slowly, with shaking hands, he gave the order. "Pull back. All ships, retreat." The galaxy watches. One by one, alien ships turned away. One by one, they fled the system. One by one, they accepted the truth. Humans were not prey. Humans were not weak. Humans were something far more dangerous. The alien fleets retreated from Earth with shaking hands and heavy hearts. None of them had expected this. None of them had imagined that humans, the species they believed were weak, emotional, and technologically behind, would reveal such terrifying power. Titan fleet. A man-made wormhole. Ships the size of cities. Now, the galaxy had only one question. Where did all this power come from? The galaxy demands answers. In the Galactic Council chamber, panic still filled the air. Every leader spoke at once. They must be stopped. They have hidden technology. How long have they been building these things? What if they attack us next? But Elder Ral Nu, the oldest being in the chamber, spoke slowly and coldly. Humans have not attacked anyone. They only defended their home. Silence followed. But, the elder added, the question remains. Where did the Titan fleet come from? Humans never reported any ships of that size. Their known fleets were small. Counselor Terran shouted. Then they lied. They tricked us. But the elder shook his head. Or, perhaps they were hiding from something else. A chill passed through the room. The lone alien speaks again. Far away on the quiet moon, the alien who had warned the galaxy, Calvaron, received a message from the council. They demanded answers. They demanded explanations. They demanded the truth. When the message ended, Calvaron sighed. He looked old, tired, almost defeated. They finally ask, he whispered. But it is already too late. He opened a recording device. Council, he said in a calm, heavy voice. You want to know the truth about humans? Fine. Listen well. You ignored my warning once. Do not ignore this. He pressed a button, and his words traveled across the galaxy. The hidden origin. Calvaron began. Long ago, before your empires were born, before your species learned to walk, the universe faced a great enemy. Aliens across hundreds of systems leaned closer. A predator of galaxies, a destroyer of civilizations, a force that hunted advanced life. He paused. We called them the Voidborn. The council trembled. Calvaron continued. They rose from empty space. They devoured stars, consumed planets, and erased entire species. Nothing could stop them. Not weapons. Not shields. Not alliances. Every empire that stood against them vanished. Counselor Terran whispered. But the Voidborn were only myths. No, Calvaron said. They were real. Too real. He took a deep breath. And only one species survived them. His eyes went cold. Humans. Gasps filled the council chamber. The human secret. Calvaron continued. When the Voidborn came thousands of years ago, the humans were not the humans you see today. They were more advanced than any of you. Their technology was beyond imagination. They had fleets bigger than planets. Their science bent reality itself. The council froze. They created the Titan ships to fight the Voidborn. They built wormholes to jump between galaxies. They even created weapons that could destroy black holes. The counselors shook with disbelief. How is this possible? One asked. Calvaron answered. Because humans are not a young species. They are old. Very old. The humans alive today do not remember that ancient war, because Earth fell. All eyes widened. The ancient human empire was destroyed. Their cities burned. Their colonies vanished. Only a small group of survivors escaped, the ones who later crash-landed on a primitive world. Earth, a counselor whispered. Yes, Calvaron said. Earth, the human rebirth. The survivors had no technology left. No records. No machines. They slowly rebuilt their world from nothing. Over thousands of years, they forgot their old power. He paused, letting the truth sink in. But the Titan fleets, the ones you saw, were not built recently. Every leader leaned forward. They were already out there, in deep space, dormant, waiting for a signal from Earth. A shock passed through the entire galaxy. The ancient humans sent these ships away long ago during their final war. They told them to explore distant galaxies, to survive, to wait, until Earth called them home. He looked straight into the camera. And when you attacked Earth, the call was sent. A warning for the galaxy. Calvaron ended his transmission with a final message. Do not provoke them again. His voice turned dark. You think humans today are dangerous? Then you know nothing of what they once were. And you do not want to see what they can become again. He ended the transmission. The galaxy fell silent. Meanwhile on Earth, Commander Elias Ward stood on the Titan-class flagship Titan 01, watching the alien fleet's retreat. Captain Mira Solis joined him. "The Council has gone quiet," she said. "They're afraid," Elias replied. "They should be," Mira said softly. Elias turned to her. "Do you believe the Voidborn will return?" Mira looked at the wormhole behind them, glowing, humming, alive with power. "They always return," she said. "And when they do, the galaxy will need humans." Elias nodded. "Then we must prepare." The galaxy's new fear. Across 1,000 systems, aliens whispered in fear. If this is the human power now, what will they become in the future? Because if humans could awaken Titan fleets, if humans could rebuild forgotten technology, if humans could defeat the Voidborn once, then perhaps humanity was not rising. Humanity was returning. The galaxy was shaken. The Council was afraid. And humanity was preparing. The Titan fleet floated around Earth like giants awakening from a deep sleep. The wormhole behind them still glowed, humming with ancient energy. Humans began scanning the galaxy, rebuilding their defenses, and unlocking forgotten systems hidden in the Titan ships. But far away, in a dark corner of space, something else was watching. Something older. Something hungry. Something that remembered the taste of human worlds. The Voidborn's awakening. Deep in a dead region of the universe, where no star burned and no planet lived, the void twisted like a living creature. The darkness moved. The emptiness pulsed. And inside that darkness, an ancient intelligence opened its eyes for the first time in thousands of years. The Voidborn, their last memory was war, a war with the ancient humans. A war they had almost won. They had erased human colonies. They had destroyed human cities. They had hunted the old human empire to the edge of extinction. But something had disturbed their long sleep. A signal. A burst of human energy powerful enough to shake the void itself. The activation of the Titan fleet. The creation of a massive wormhole. The return of ancient technology. It awakened the Voidborn like a spark waking a sleeping beast. The darkness shifted. Human signatures detected. A cold, alien voice echoed in the void. "The prey has returned." Another voice responded. "We will finish what we began." Back in the galaxy, on Earth, humans felt nothing of the ancient danger that now watched them. They were busy analyzing Titan-class technology. They opened locked databases. They powered up old engines. They tested weapons that had slept for thousands of years. Commander Elias Ward walked through the Titan 01 control deck with Captain Mira Solis. "These systems," Elias said softly, "they are beyond anything modern humans ever built." Mira nodded. "They were built by our ancestors. A different age. A different humanity." The ship hummed around them. Alive, powerful, ancient. "And they left us a warning," Mira added. She pressed a control panel. A hologram appeared. A message recorded thousands of years ago by an ancient human commander. The hologram spoke. "If the Titan fleet is ever reactivated, it means the Voidborn have either returned or will return." Elias felt a chill in his bones. "They always knew," he whispered. "The galaxy reacts." At the Galactic Council, panic was rising again. Counselor Terran slammed his claws on the table. "Are humans insane? They plan to reactivate their ancient empire. They will become a threat to every species." Another counselor shouted, "We should strike now while they are still organizing." But Elder Ralnu silenced them with one sentence. "If humans are preparing for the Voidborn, then attacking Earth would doom us all." The chamber went silent. "What do you mean?" someone asked. Elder Ralnu studied the room. According to ancient records, the only species that ever wounded the Voidborn was humanity. Gasps filled the hall. "If the Voidborn wake again," he continued, "we will need the humans far more than they need us." The council exchanged fearful looks. For the first time, they understood humans were not the enemy. Something far worse was coming. The Titans explore the gate. Meanwhile, Captain Mira gave a new order. "Send 3 Titan ships through the gate. We need to know what lies on the other side. 3 massive Titan-class vessels, Titan 02, Titan 05, and Titan 12, moved toward the wormhole. Their engines glowed like stars. Their hulls trembled as they entered the swirling blue energy. Elias stood beside Mira. They will be alone out there. Mira nodded. They were designed for that. As the ships disappeared through the gate, the energy pulse spread across space. And far away, the Voidborn felt it. They open the path again. Then the hunt begins. First contact. Again. Inside the wormhole, the Titan ships emerged into another galaxy, a dead galaxy. Broken planets. Silent stars. Entire systems drained of energy. The bridge crew stared in horror. What happened here? An officer whispered. Captain of Titan 12 answered coldly. This looks like Voidborn aftermath. Scanners detected black scars across planets, as if something had eaten the matter itself. Space looked wounded. But then, a signal appeared. Weak, faint, barely alive. Is that human? An officer asked. The signal repeated. A desperate voice, broken by static. Titan fleet, if anyone. If Earth still exists, we need help. They're coming. The crew froze. Another human outpost? Another colony? Another surviving part of the forgotten human empire? Captain Titan 05 turned pale. Send the recording to Earth immediately. Earth receives the message. Back on Titan 01, Commander Elias played the message again and again. This means, he whispered, there are humans out there, survivors, fighting alone, for thousands of years. Mira clenched her fist. Then we're not just defending Earth. We're helping our lost brothers and sisters. Elias nodded. We must prepare for contact. But before Mira could answer, another alarm blared. A new signal appeared on the holographic display. A signal coming from deep space. And this one was different. Dark, cold, hungry. The computer translated it. We found you. Elias's eyes widened. Mira whispered the name no one wanted to say. The Voidborn. The message from the Voidborn echoed through the Titan 01 bridge like a cold blade sliding through metal. We found you. Those words froze every human officer. Those words echoed across every ship. Those words marked the beginning of something the galaxy had feared for thousands of years. The ancient enemy had awakened. The galaxy in panic. The Galactic Council received the same message. Counselor Terran trembled. They're real. The Voidborn are real. Another counselor whispered. Humans fought these monsters alone thousands of years ago. If they return now, we are doomed. But Elder Ralnu spoke firmly. We will not survive without the humans. Every species in the chamber looked at one another. They all realized the same truth. The war humanity fought in the past was about to become everyone's war. On Earth, the final meeting. Commander Elias Ward and Captain Mira Solis stood in the Titan 01 command room as warning lights flashed on every screen. Mira looked at Elias with a calm but hard expression. This is it. The reason our ancestors built the Titans. The reason we still exist. Elias nodded. The Voidborn must be stopped here. If they reach the galaxy, everything will fall. Suddenly, a hologram activated. It was the ancient human commander again, the same one whose recording had warned them. But this time, a new message appeared. A final lock had been opened because the Voidborn message triggered an emergency protocol that hadn't activated in thousands of years. The ancient commander spoke. If the Voidborn have awakened, then humanity must unite. The Titan fleet must protect Earth. The outer fleets must find surviving colonies. And the galaxy must stand with us. For if we fall today, all life falls. The recording ended. Mira whispered. Our ancestors left us a plan. Elias smiled slightly. Then let's follow it. The first wave arrives. 3 Titan ships, Titan 02, Titan 05, Titan 12, still exploring the dead galaxy, suddenly detected movement. A shadow, a ripple in space, a pulse of unnatural energy. Contact, shouted a Titan officer. Something is coming through the void. The Voidborn appeared. They did not look like ships. They looked like living shadows. Massive black shapes with glowing red eyes and tendrils of darkness. They moved like predators, silent and hungry. One Voidborn turned toward the Titan ships. Its voice echoed like a broken scream. Humans? Still alive. Titan 12 fired first. A blast of blue energy hit the creature, but it did almost nothing. Titan 05 unleashed a heavy plasma wave. Titan 02 activated its ancient shield. Still, the Voidborn grew stronger. "We can't win this fight," yelled an officer. "We must retreat." The three ships turned and raced back toward the wormhole. The Voidborn chased them. Earth prepares for invasion. Titan 01 scanned the incoming readings. "They're coming through fast," an operator shouted. "We have less than 2 hours." Elias turned to the crew. "Activate all Titan systems. Ready the orbital defenses." Mira sent a transmission to the Galactic Council. "This is Captain Mira Solis. The Voidborn are coming. If you want to live, send your fleets to Earth." Counselor Terran hesitated. "We have feared humans for so long. But now," Elder Ralnu spoke, "we stand with humanity." Across the galaxy, alien fleets changed course and headed straight for Earth. It was a sight no one had ever imagined. A united galaxy, following humanity. The Great Return. The wormhole glowed bright. Titan 02 burst out first, hull damaged, shields broken. Titan 05 followed, sparks flying. Titan 12 came last, barely functional. Behind them, the Voidborn emerged. A massive shadow creature, bigger than a dreadnought, crawled through the wormhole and roared into the sky above Earth. Screamed, "We remember you." And the war began. The Battle of Earth. Human titans unleashed beams of ancient power. Alien fleets fired plasma, energy waves, missiles, and everything they had. The Voidborn fought back with dark tendrils that tore through shields and armor. Every second was chaos. Every minute was destruction. Every moment was survival. But humans fought harder. A Titan beam cut through one Voidborn, ripping its shadowy form apart. An alien cruiser sacrificed itself to block an attack aimed at Earth. Titan 12, damaged beyond repair, rammed into another Voidborn and detonated its core. The fighting grew fiercer. Dark clouds covered space. Fire lit the orbit. Energy storms shook the sky. The last stand. The largest Voidborn entity pushed forward, tore through ships, crushed fleets. It aimed straight for Earth. Mira shouted, "If it reaches the surface, the planet is lost." Elias looked at the Titan 01 main weapon. A weapon meant to be used once. A weapon strong enough to rip open a star. A weapon the ancient humans had called the Sunbreaker Cannon. "Charge it," he ordered. "But Commander," an officer cried, "firing will disable Titan 01 for hours." Elias stared at the Voidborn. "We won't need hours. We need one shot." The Titan 01's core glowed white-hot. Energy built like a newborn sun. The ship trembled. The Voidborn roared and rushed toward Earth. Elias whispered, "For humanity." Mira answered, "For the galaxy." Fire! The Sunbreaker Cannon unleashed a beam brighter than anything seen in the galaxy. It tore through the shadow creature, burning it from the inside until it exploded in a wave of dark energy. Silence followed. The battlefield stopped. The Voidborn were gone. Aftermath. The galaxy was safe. The Titan fleet drifted in orbit, exhausted and damaged but victorious. Alien ships surrounded Earth in respect, not fear. Counselor Terran addressed the council. "Humanity saved us all." Elder Ralnu nodded. "Let us never forget. They were not our enemies. They were our shield." The return of humanity. On Titan 01, Elias looked at planet Earth below. Mira stepped beside him. "The Voidborn will return one day." Elias smiled faintly. "Then so will we. Because humanity was no longer the weak species the galaxy once mocked. They were explorers. They were warriors. They were survivors. And now, they were the guardians of the galaxy."